President Rodrigo Duterte is not happy with how his war against drugs is faring. Duterte says, quote, "In a scale of 1 to 10, we have achieved something like about 5. Duterte adds in his words, "I will have the command conference with the police, just a reminder for them also that I'm not happy with what has happened." The president earlier extended by 6 months his self-imposed deadline to suppress the spread of drugs. During the election campaign, he vowed to suppress crime and illegal drugs within 3 to 6 months. The Duterte administration's war on drugs killed more than 3,300 people since July 1. Senator Laila de Lima denies owning billions of pesos in her bank accounts. De Lima says, quote, "I have no millions or billions in bank accounts, and I have no dummy accounts. Any alleged accounts that would be linked to me and my alleged drug links can only be fictitious." The neophyte senator slams Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre for faking testimonies and evidence against her. Aguirre earlier said the Anti-Money Laundering Council submitted bank documents allegedly showing 500 million to 1 billion pesos were transferred to De Lima's accounts. De Lima is the fiercest critic of the Duterte administration's war on illegal drugs. She was earlier ousted as Senate Justice Committee chairperson for supposedly being biased in her handling of the probe on extrajudicial killings. Trade Secretary Ramon Lopez says investors need not worry about diminished predictability in the Philippines' economic policies due to President Rodrigo Duterte's controversial statements. International credit rating agency Standard & Poor's earlier said Duterte's policy pronouncements contribute to diminishment of the, quote, "stability and predictability of policymaking in the country." Lopez says, quote, "In my view, policymaking has not changed. The policy to honor all contracts, agreements, policy to protect investments, they are here." Lopez adds Duterte strongly supports the honoring of economic agreements with all countries, despite the president's aggressive rhetoric against the United States and the European Union. Duterte twice cursed the EU and lambasted the US for criticizing his administration's war on drugs. The United States National Institutes of Health develops a pair of experimental vaccines that protects monkeys against the Zika virus. Research shows the vaccines were highly effective at protecting macaques exposed to an infectious dose of the Zika virus. The first vaccine already began early trials in humans, while the second one is waiting a clinical trial start date. Yahoo says at least 500 million user accounts were stolen in a data breach that occurred in 2014. The information stolen includes names, email addresses, telephone numbers, dates of birth, hashed passwords, and security questions and answers. Yahoo says investigation suggests the stolen information did not include unprotected passwords, payment card data, or bank account information. The data breach is said to be the largest from a single site.